Hello, world of YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, everyone. It should be Mitchie Light Let You here with another episode of It's Toys and Things, and today's video is going to focus on opening up Monster High Collector doll, the newest in their Collector series, Morticia Addams from the Wednesday show. I believe that's what she's based off of, and we're going to unbox her, discuss, open, all that good stuff. So let's just get to it. Alrighty, everyone. So, as aforementioned, I have Monster High's newest collector doll, Morticia Addams. I believe she is based off of the Wednesday show from Netflix, and she just dropped yesterday. And I purchased her right away. This one's off Amazon because you could get the free shipping, so it was cheaper than paying the $8 that you would have to pay off Mattel Creations. And by the way, it is one of the few times that a collector doll is offered on other platforms or other shopping platforms, rather than just Mattel Creations. So you had plenty of chances to get her. I believe she was offered on Target, Amazon, and Mattel Creations herself. But buying her off Amazon gets that free shipping, so it's definitely the best route to go, in my opinion, because while you're saving $8. So, yeah, she was purchased yesterday and shipped today, and here I am reviewing it for you now. I wanted to review her right away so you guys can see what this new Morticia Addams doll is all about. Now, I do have the 2-pack. It was like Morticia and Wednesday, but I did not open that. They're still in their box. I don't think I did a review on them again because I didn't open them up to like really review them. They're still in their box. So yeah, this is going to be more of like an available, this probably, would be sold. And I don't think it's that limited quantities, I should say. They had that you were available to purchase 2. So, I don't think this is going to be like as rare as others. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get this doll out of the tissue, which if you're new to my channel, by the way, welcome. Glad to have you here. But what I call these dolls that come like this, I call them tissue box dolls because they come wrapped in tissue. And I have plenty of tissue box dolls that need to be actually opened up and reviewed or displayed or whatever. But yeah, so anyway, also I want to apologize, just put it out there. I am a little sick, so my voice is kind of off. I'm probably sniffling, and I've been doing a lot of sneezing and all that good stuff. I went to a big toy show this past weekend, ZoloCon 2026. It was held at the Valley Forge Casino Resort. I was probably going to drop some small videos or whatever on that. I didn't film a lot of content because it was very busy, very packed, and I only had a limited time there, and I was mostly socializing with my friends and stuff and running my mouth instead of actually filming content for the channel. So, you know what I like to say, I'm not the best YouTuber, right? So, anyway, I probably got sick from going to ZoloCon. There was a lot of people there and who knows what, but, germs, it is what it is. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get this doll out of the tissue. And I always like doing this. Sometimes I do it, mostly like doing it live on camera, or sometimes I'll do a little short on YouTube. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get her out. Okay. So she has one of the, I would say, budget friendly boxes, like the one Wednesday came in, and the Enid doll came in, and the other doll, her name starts with the N. Yeah, anyway, so this is not one of their bigger, nicer, fancier, really exclusive dolls, but that's fine, right? It's made a little bit more affordable, so people can get, I believe it was like $43 and some change off of Amazon. But yeah, let's just go ahead and take a look. So she's gonna have a bad glare, so apologize for that when they have this type of casing on in, but yeah. So, and it makes sense that they would make one kind of single to go with the Wednesday and Enid and the other doll. I think her name starts with the N, I forgot. Yeah, so she's pretty. Love her. Love the way that she's displayed in the box. And let's take a look at the sides here. Good artwork, well not artwork, photography I should say. She does have a blurb. Morticia, Monster High X Wednesday, Morticia Adams, and she has a full-on blurb there that you can read. And then of course, gotta give your licensing to Netflix, MGM, etc., etc. This just says Monster High X Wednesday, and now we're back to the front of the box. So we're going to take a look at the background. It's kind of like she's in her drawing room. She's got some taxidermy going on. She's got a pillow. See that pillow? Skelett. Monster High Skelett. She's got two Monster High Skelett pillows on a couch. Yeah. So I guess now that you've seen her in a stand-up position, again, if you're new here, we're going to do what I call a tabletop review, where I'm going to fully unbox this doll off camera because you guys don't need to see me fool around with that. And then I have the camera facing down and she'll be on the table, and we'll get a super, super close-up detailed look, and I'll go over every detail that I can see, and we'll talk about it so that you guys can see everything, because I like to be really detailed, and plus I like to talk a lot. So yeah, so all right, let me go ahead and get her out of the box, and then we'll be right back for a tabletop review. Alrighty everyone, I am back, and it is tabletop review time. So I have unboxed her, clearly, as you can see. It wasn't that bad, however, the bottom of her dress really had a lot more of plastic hammers than I care to admit that they were there. I was expecting a couple, but there was more than that. So just be very careful when unboxing her, especially towards the bottom of her dress. Other than that, you know, I hate the way when Mattel, like, staples their heads in with the plastic hammers. That I cannot stand. They don't need to do all that, because then the plastic gets in there and sometimes it's like hard to get out, or it, like, you'll be brushing her hair or maybe playing and the plastic will prick you. I'm not a fan. But yeah, other than that, you know, you got to be careful around her hands, because these rings that she has do come off, so you want to be careful with that. And she doesn't come with any accessories, like extra accessories. So, yeah. So, all around, you know, around the waist, a lot around her hair, and then, of course, around her feet. But other than that, the major thing was just be careful with the bottom of the dress. But, alright, so let's go ahead and get into this tabletop review. Now, again, if you're new here, first of all, welcome. And here's what we're going to do here. Excuse me for sniffling, guys. I probably should have waited to do this, but I really wanted to get this video out. So just excuse that. But what we're going to do is we're going to go from head to feetsies, and that's how we do it on here. And also, if you're new here, if you're not new here, you probably know what I'm about to say. But if you are, I like to show kind of like what I do, or use the tools I use to unbox these dolls. I have multiple different razors, scissors, but this is the main one I use for this doll. It wasn't because it wasn't too bad. So this is like a thin pair of scissors that can get into those tight spaces. It's doll here, so I don't have to worry about it being sharp, scraping or cutting the doll or the clothes or anything like that. And yeah, I get this from beauty stores. So, like I said, I like it because it's thin. It's able to get into tight spaces. And then sometimes I use my bigger scissors if I need to cut cardboard, or my super thin razor if something's really, really thin, etc., etc. But this is all the scissors I just showed you that I used for this particular doll, because it wasn't that complicated. Alright, so, back to the review. Now, we're going to bring her up closer here so we can get a good look at her makeup. Now, she is wearing one of my personal eye makeup favorites, which is a good purple look. And she's kind of darker, slightly darker here. Fades out to lighter purple there. She's got the beautiful brown eyes. And I like her eyebrow arches. Really nice. And she's got a good wine red lip. Almost brownish. I don't know if that's coming good on the camera, but it's a bit wineish, brownish, and not like red, like as the satin right here on her dress. But it looks great. Very wineish, reddish, brownish lip. It's shiny, not matte. She has a good blushing. I think I got a good facial screening. I really love her face. And let's go to her earrings. She's got dangly, so probably like pearls or diamonds here, and then an onyx there. I haven't actually watched season 2 of Wednesday yet. I'm behind in my shows, so it's actually been a while since I've seen season 1 of Wednesday, so I kind of forget like her look. What is it? Oh, okay. Is that like a paint? I don't know if you guys can see that. That's probably just the beginning of rooting in the hair. Alright, so that's pretty much it for her face, her makeup, her earrings. Let's go to her hair. Her hair is thick, it's long, it's soft, it is waxy feeling, like it's waxy a little bit. I did give it, it was nice and straight like this out of the box. I did give it a brush, and if you're not familiar, I use a wire brush. That is all I use on artificial hair, doll hair, wigs, etc., etc. Never use a human brush, wire brush that looks like this, because this is actually a doll brush. Now, like I said, I did give it a little brush, make sure she was looking good for her presentation here, but it really wasn't that bad. I really like it. It's long, it's nice, and I'm no expert, and if it's polypropylene, I don't think it's that, because that would be like super cheap. I know that. Some sort of nylon, saran. I am no expert, but I just know it is nice and long, but does have a waxy feel, but soft. Alright, so she doesn't have any necklace, and she just has this nice velvet gown with some ruching, I always say ruching at her hip. And of course she does have that articulation, by the way. Does articulation in the hip? No, not in the hip. But your regular 5 points in her elbow, her hands, her wrists, her head, of course, and her legs when we get down there. Nothing on the ankles, though. But anyway, getting too far ahead of myself. So she has this cut sleeve, which is kind of famous. I actually have a couple dresses like this that I wear when I cosplay Morticia. I have cosplayed Morticia a couple of times. I've cosplayed Wednesday. So I do have this type of dress. It's nice and velvety with, you know, this gothic Castlevania type of look. And her fingernails are painted black. Her hands they're pretty funny why they're like so spread out like that. But she does have a ring, and these rings do come off. This is like probably her wedding band on this one, right? And then an onyx ring, I'm assuming if it was real, it would be onyx on that one. And again, painted black. Nails. Now we're gonna go down, and her dress is obviously with the two-tone, right? So we got like a peekaboo two-tone. This is a good satin, and it's not cheapy feeling, by the way. This velvet isn't cheapy feeling either. A little thin, but not super thin. This is perfect. The hemming is pretty good at the bottom, or the stitching is pretty good at the bottom. And then we go to her legs, and she does have knee. There, you can see that. And then we can go down to her feet, which, you know, we're going to go into the famous Monster High shoes. She has one heel that has Venus flytraps, and the other has a heart because, you know, she's super in love with her man, and that's a cute heart right there. Nice heels. Very cute. But nothing really special. Overall, well, let's look at the back of the stall before I give its overall thoughts. zip up on the back, that square cut lining, which is typical of these types of dresses. Ooh, just slammed her head on the, not really that hard, but I heard a click. Anyway, it goes all the way down, again with the peekaboo red. And like I said, no accessories, but does come with a stand. I like this stand. And what do they call this? The butterfly stand, or where you would put like her two legs, her thighs, or whatever. So it does come with that. No certificate of a COA. Not that I saw when I opened up the packaging. So there's that, but that's fine, right? I don't need another one of those floating around. Yeah, so that is pretty much it for Miss Morticia Addams here. Overall, I'm gonna give this doll, I don't really have any major complaints, really, except for unboxing experience and being careful with how you unbox her and the things in her head to get on my nerves, but that's pretty much every doll. Other than that, I think she's good for the price point. You know, you're paying the $43, not including the shipping. Like I said, she's kind of your base doll that's supposed to go with the other Wednesday dolls in that type of set, like not your fancy one that comes with a big fancy cover and it's $90 or more. But so for that, I would say, you know, I would definitely give it a 9 out of 10. Could she have come with one little accessory? Maybe. Sure. So, I don't know what. A pet? Does she have a pet? I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen the show. But maybe a purse or something like that. She definitely could have come with. Something small. But the quality itself, I'm pretty impressed with. Because the dress feels nice. Her hair is nice. I got a good facial screening. I mean, you are going to get your plastic jewelry there, but, you know, it's not that bad. Comes with a stand, so, yeah, I definitely give it a solid 9 out of 10. I really like her. I'm going to display her probably with my Beetlejuice dolls, but I do need to get the Wednesday doll and the Enid doll and all that. They're still in their boxes. I need to get those out. Because like I said, they're not rare dolls. But, yeah, I would suggest, you know, if you want to buy this doll, that you go ahead and do it. I think it's, you know, I think it's pretty solid. It is what it is, and the price point's not bad. And everyone's, you know, complaining about the high price of dolls now. Especially coming from Mattel. You got things that are going like $125 for something that a lot of people think isn't worth it, with some of the Barbies and all that they're putting out. But yeah, definitely, I would say definitely that this doll is worth it. And hopefully she should be obviously still available. It's only been one day, maybe a day and a half, you know, because it is kind of late when I'm filming this. But like I said, I literally got her the next day, just ordered her yesterday, and she's here today. So yeah, if you have any questions about this doll, your thoughts on this doll, do you plan on getting this doll? Do you like the more budget-friendly collector dolls in these series? So yeah, let me know anything you got, any questions, concerns. I'm always willing to talk and chat to everyone, so don't be shy, don't be shy. And other than that, if you enjoyed this video, please like and share. My little channel is growing, and I kind of like to see it grow. So yeah, help me out on that front. Other than that, I will catch you guys in the next one, which is probably going to be another collector doll, because I have the newest 2-pack Beetlejuice dolls that I need to review. I need to get those out too. And I have Scare Screams. I already had the thumbnail made for everything of that, and I was supposed to do that video last week, and I never did. So yeah, we got a lot more content coming out as soon as I get my lazy butt on that. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video, and thank you so much for joining me. Bye!